The best resources for a lawyer to really understand the definition of intellectual disability and the assumptions would be the 11th edition of the AAIDD manual, the book Clinical Judgment, which really helps understand how these recommendations are developed and made. And for a lawyer to really learn about intellectual disability, I think the lawyer would also want to consult with individuals with intellectual disability or their families, and with professionals in the area of intellectual disability. They could consult directly with these individuals, or they could work through major organizations such as AAIDD or the ARC, both of which have excellent websites that can help in this area. This group of individuals face a number of challenges. One is that because they don't have physical markers usually, the societal expectations of them are higher. And when they can't meet those expectations, they can be blamed by society for not meeting the expectations, or perhaps they even blame themselves for not meeting the expectations. So they're often blamed for their failures in the way that perhaps a person with physical indicators of the disability might not be. This group of people with intellectual disability with a higher IQ is very prone to poverty in our society, lack of education, problems in employment, problems getting appropriate housing, problems accessing health care, and problems getting the kinds of supports they might need to raise their children properly, or develop relationships, or access the help they need in order to have a personally satisfying life. The new definition manual contributes to a legal professional's understanding of the disability, and is important because it makes real and it makes complete an individual's claims to full citizenship in society. In order to truly understand an individual's claims to full citizenship and their claims to human rights, and to honor their legitimate expectation that they will receive justice and fairness by their society, in their society, I think it's essential for legal professionals to thoroughly understand what intellectual disability is, how it's classified, and what kind of supports the person needs. Clinical judgment, as AAIDD defines it, is a special type of judgment rooted in a high level of expertise in intellectual disability and experience with people who have intellectual disabilities. We say that it emerges from extensive data, that there has to be substantial exploration before clinical judgment is used. According to AAIDD, clinical judgment is systematic, it's formal, and it's transparent. That means that it's used in a logical way, in a way that can be described clearly, and in a way that other people can thoroughly understand how the clinician arrived at this judgment. Clinical judgment uses several important strategies, and the strategies include clearly stating the question, conducting a thorough social history of the individual, conducting a broad assessment, and then synthesizing all of this information into a recommendation. Finally, clinical judgment, as I said, is important in diagnosis, classification, and planning supports. And what it does is it really enhances the quality and the validity of a recommendation, and the precision. It enhances the quality, precision, and validity of a recommendation.